What else you fried with?
I'm live. Welcome to the Raw Food Health Empowerment Show. We are here in the kitchen having a good time. Laughing and having fun. That's why to be in on the joke, you have to be here on time, people, 2 o'clock. So welcome to the show. Today we are going to be talking about childhood obesity. If you read the description above or below this video, then you know that New York has come out with some statistics recently, because some initiatives that the senator, I believe a local senator signed, but they're having a huge issue with childhood obesity. But that's just an example of what's happening globally, actually, throughout the nation and throughout the world. If you follow me on social media, you know I've been talking about this a lot, what all we can do to combat this issue. Because it's pretty dire. You know, our young people deserve a chance to live a life where they feel comfortable in their bodies, they feel empowered, they feel confident, they're not dealing with diabetes and diseases that used to be, you know, just for adults. You know, now young people are getting them, and it's pretty sad. So comment below, tell me where you're from. I want to know where you're tuning in from. And also, what do you think would fix this issue? How can we raise awareness in our schools on what a healthy diet looks like? I have my own ideas, and I'm going to share that with you today, but I also want to hear what you have to say. We should all be having this conversation because it really is going to be a global effort to combat this issue. So let me just see if I have anyone here with me. Hey Ma, thanks for tuning in. And as you come in, please feel free to share this video with your family and friends. Like I said, we all need to be having this conversation. I know everyone's version of what a healthy diet is, it varies from person to person. And at the base of it, we should all be eating more fruits and vegetables. This is where nutrients lie. There's no fat in there. This is how we're going to clean up our cardiovascular system, clean up our digestive system, and also, you know, maybe some probiotic foods to help heal our gut lining from, you know, high stress, overeating, eating foods that are irritating, all of these things. And if you need some individualized assistance, you can reach out to me for a free consultation. But today I want to get into what I think can be done. And then we're going to make one of my favorite smoothies that I think is really cool. If you want to get your young one into eating fruits and vegetables, a great way to do it is to mask it with fruit, because there are very few kids that I know that don't like fruit. I've always loved fruit. So today we're going to be making a banana celery smoothie with ginger. I know kids could be funny with ginger. So if you think your kid would like this, definitely try this with your kid. If not, you for sure should try it. If you want something milder, you can put strawberries in there. You can put peaches. Any kind of fruit would be good. But you're going to have all the nutrients from the celery. So in terms of this topic on childhood obesity, what do I think can be done? And if you follow me on social media too, or on Instagram, I did a video this morning. I went to church this morning for the first time to a church here in Los Angeles. And in the bulletin, they had their menu for the foods that they're going to be eating after service. And it was fried this and fried that, fried. And of course, it was chicken and all this kinds of stuff. But I was really disappointed because it's a predominantly Black church, and this community and the Hispanic community are the ones hardest hit by this obesity situation. Now, is it race? No, really. It's actually income. That's really the thing. If you look at minority folk who make lots of money, they tend to know what the healthier foods are to eat. They tend to shop at healthier places. Their diets tend to be, and this is generally speaking, healthier just because they're around the knowledge base. There's just more people at that level talking about these things from what I can see. And there just needs to be more people in the neighborhoods, in the communities, especially low-income communities, speaking about this, speaking about eating fruits and vegetables, staying away from fried foods, and minimizing meats as much as possible, because it is just not healthy for the body at all, okay? And if you follow me on Facebook, I'm, putting out the research there. As soon as something new comes up, I'm putting it out there for you. Whatever it is that you, your friends, or family need to make the switch, you let me know. I put it out. This, the largest nutrition study that has ever been done, has already proved what the right diet is for us all to avoid as best as possible dietary diseases. So just to check in, let me check in before I go on my whole rant. Great. And I'm glad you mentioned hospitals, because thanks to some really great doctors on the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, headed by Dr. Neil Barnard, who I'm a huge fan of, headed this initiative to have hospitals have healthier foods for people. It's a shame that these hospitals would have McDonald's and serving those foods to people who are dealing with cardiovascular issues. It makes no sense at all. So thankfully, they're now working on cleaning up the menu and cleaning up the options there with the assistance of these doctors. Dr. Prager is another physician that's part of this group, and he has a website called nutritionfacts.org, where all he does basically on a regular basis is he takes the research studies, these scientific papers or medical journals, and goes through it to read what's happening, what people are saying about health and what could help with a variety of issues. And I've been posting that on the page. So definitely make sure you're following Raw Food Meal Planner on Facebook, and to stay abreast of all the new stuff that's coming out and some old stuff that needs to be regurgitated, because even the World Health Organization said that processed meat definitely causes cancer, and people are still eating it. People are still eating it. It's like, what more do you need? Just because it's in the grocery store, people are buying it. It's being sold as food, so people are buying it because they're not aware. This is what I think, because I honestly don't think people are trying to kill themselves or trying to bring on cancer, because cancer is expensive. I met this woman one time. She told me she spent $25,000 when she got diagnosed with breast cancer, just fighting it, with hospital bills and all of that kind of stuff. So, if you're concerned about the price of produce or the price of healthy foods or whatever, think about, on the flip side, you get sick, you get diabetes. Diabetes costs, what was the statistic? If you look on my website, the statistics there, it's like 3.5 times more that you're spending because of medical bills, medications, all that, compared to a healthy person. Then you have people with kidney issues, on dialysis, all these things. It costs so much money, with cancer being, from what I can see, one of the most expensive issues out there. So what do I think can be done when it comes to churches, schools, wherever? I chose schools as the topic for today because it is back to school. I know in New York, the day after Labor Day was always when we started school again. and in some other places in the middle of the country. And here in California, I noticed some kids are already back at school. So there's a freebie that I included here, a free guide for you, 5 healthy foods for children. Definitely download that. You'll learn a lot from it. It's 5 healthy foods, but it's recipes, it's scientific resources if you want to dive deeper. If you're a skeptical person, that's fine and that's great. I love skeptical people. I'm a skeptical person myself. So if you need the science, I would be more than happy to give it to you. All I ask you to do is read. Read. And I post videos because I know most people don't want to read. I recommend books all the time. And a lot of people are not interested in reading the books. I don't know, they're too long or whatever. People are not interested. So the videos are there. Watch the videos. This guide is really short. And if you want to dive deeper, you like to read books, definitely let me know. I'm pretty sure I did a video on, and it should be posted on YouTube, on my top books. But I'm always reading, so there's way more that I've read since that time. But the China study is the largest nutritional study that has ever been done, okay? And that's where really anyone could start, just looking at basically what the human body is meant to consume and what it should not be consuming. So how do we help our loved ones, especially our young people, eat healthier, okay? My suggestion is encourage your children to eat clean by having it available at home. So, I personally don't have any kids, but I know that my children, they would have to eat the way I eat, just like when I was, growing up. I did not, even though at a certain point, like I think when I hit 12 or something, I started working, making my own money, and I was spending my money, but I was never spending it on food. My mom bought the food. And so whatever she bought is what I ate because I didn't go out to eat. I don't really know how kids are operating these days. You can comment below, give me some idea. But I didn't go out to eat. Like I wasn't just out. So I was eating what was in the house. So, as the parent with the purchasing power, you set the stage, you set the standard. And from what I can see from raw vegan moms that are raising raw vegan children, their kids think meat and dairy is disgusting. They couldn't imagine having candy and gum because they just don't like it. The flavor is completely different compared to actual raw fruits and vegetables, which is what they're used to. When you start the kids out from their straight out the womb, right? It's a lot easier. Their palate, this is what they want, this is what the body wants, and it will react a lot more strongly even to some of these artificial ingredients and stuff. Now, if you have kids and they're already used to having stuff, or maybe they've gone out to grandparents or friends and they've, had some stuff that's not the healthiest, how do you get them to eat healthier? Well, get them involved in the kitchen. Buy the clean foods and get them involved in the kitchen making stuff. And I'm going to show you how to get them to have some celery. Just one way that I really enjoy. And let me tell you something. I personally would never, I remember in primary school, there was this kid that always came in with celery. And I don't know if he dipped it in butter, but that's one of the things you could do. You could put almond butter on it and just chew on it. But he used to always come in the class and eat celery, and it smelled so bad. I was not into vegetables that time, and I hated celery. But I'm going to tell you, so I wouldn't even eat celery like that, but I did have it in the chickpea salad, and it was delicious. So try a variety of stuff. You never know what your kids are going to like. You just got to switch it up. It's the same thing with you. And this recipe that we're going to do is a great way to sneak it in a way that's going to taste great. So get your kids involved in the kitchen. Now, the third thing, and this is for everyone across the board, if you feel me on what I'm saying, if this is bothering you, if you're going to places and seeing people physically not comfortable in their bodies, out of breath, not able to walk, dealing with a lot of issues, a lot of stuff, I really implore you to click on the link in my description. It says become a certified health coach, and become certified. Get the resources and tools you need to actually make a difference in your community. This is very much a mission of mine. I am on goal to eradicate diabetes from this country, not the whole world, because that is a huge feat, but I would love to encourage other people to do that so we can all be working together, because this is going to really take a global effort to get this done. No one deserves to live like this, especially our young people. And in regards to the churches, it really breaks my heart, because you see these people that are doing so much good for the community. They're inspiring other people. They're spiritually feeding people. But the physical food is killing them. And it's being encouraged in the church. To have it on the, I forget what you call it now. I'm losing my words. But to have it on the, that little booklet that they give you with Ma, help me out. What's that little thing called? When you go to church, they give you that little booklet. To have that printed in there, you're basically encouraging those types of foods, and this is a problem. Not only does it mess with your digestive system and cause all sorts of diseases, but it also messes with your neurological system and causes, mental illness. It plays a role in mental illness, which is a huge problem, especially in low-income communities, but across the board. So something to be mindful about. Okay, so that's my 2 cents. Feel free to share your thoughts and opinions with me. I would love to hear it. So I'm going to get into making this juice. It's going to be, this smoothie. I'm going to juice the celery first, use the juice to make my smoothie. I have bananas here and ginger. And if your child's not into ginger, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but if your child's not into ginger, you can use berries, you can use peaches, mango, or, some other fruit that they like instead of the ginger, because I know some kids can be funny about spicy stuff. All right. Reason why I juice the celery first is because blending celery to me does not make any sense. It's really fibrous, and I prefer, for the texture of the smoothie, to juice this first. And if you try both, you'll see what I mean. Feel free to experiment in the kitchen, but this is what I prefer. And I have here my Vitamix blender. Someone asked me how am I able to blend the ginger. You can juice the ginger also. I like to blend it in. I feel like it's a little stronger. And I love ginger. But you can juice it also and then add the juice to your smoothie in the blender if you don't have like a high-speed blender. But if you have a Vitamix or possibly even a Blendtec, for sure you should be able to blend this up. So I already washed my bananas, so I'm gonna put that in here. And I did a whole, what do you call it? Not stalk, it's like a whole bunch of stalks, a whole bunch of celery, and it gave me 200 milliliters, which is about 1 cup. Yeah, so about a cup of celery juice. Alright, and I'm putting in here 4 bananas. Why am I using 4 bananas? I eat a high raw diet, for those of you who don't know, and I like volume of food. This is one of the reasons why I'm really attracted to raw foods is not only is it the healthiest foods, but I can eat a lot without fear of ever getting diabetes because I cannot gain weight on this stuff. You can't, and I can eat volume. So when I typically have a smoothie, I'll do between 3 to 6 bananas, and it makes, I don't know, I probably have about 32 to 40 ounces of smoothie, and that will be a meal. Now, to most people, it seems like a lot because they're just doing a smoothie as like, a beverage to a meal. But when you think about it, all the nutrients I need is, you get minerals and vitamins in the celery juice, which I'm going to pour in here. And you're getting vitamins and minerals in fruits. There are minerals in fruits. And banana is rich in there. Rich in all of that. And I'm just going to throw the ginger in here. So it's basically a meal. In terms of the nutritional profile, I feel great. Because you can go to McDonald's and have a Big Mac and still feel hungry, and that's because it has no nutrients. But this is full of nutrients, okay? And so you're going to feel good. You're going to feel satisfied. Now, with the bananas, that's where most of my calories are coming from. So energy-wise, and to feel satiated, especially for someone like me who I tend to overeat on foods, I like to really feel full. When you eat cooked food and you get that heavy feeling, I personally, I like to settle in, with that, especially around late in the evening or like breakfast time if I wake up really hungry. This is how I regulate how many bananas I'm eating. And each banana is 100 calories. So you figure I just use 4. So this is 400 calories. There's going to be minimal calories from the celery where it's negligible because I'm using the juice even, but it's negligible. It's celery. And the ginger, negligible again. So 400 calories, that's good for a meal. You can even add water to this if you want more smoothie, but I think this should be good. I'm not going to dilute it anymore. Now, I blended it a little long because I put the actual ginger root in there, so you just want to make sure that it gets blended up. So I'm not sure if it's fully blended up. But let's pour this out and try it. And then I want to show you guys a raw snack that would be really cool and fun to put in your lunchbox. And if you have an adventurous child, you can try it with them. They might think it's cool. They may think it's fun. And with this, you get this nice creamy, and I could smell the sweetness from the banana. Cheers. This is so good. It's so good. And that's the thing with banana. Banana is very comforting. It's like, it just makes, I don't know about you guys, but it just makes me feel so good. I just feel like hugs, it's very dense. It doesn't have as much water. It's creamy and it's sweet. So it just has that comfort feeling, This is a little warm, so I don't have a problem with it. I like room temperature stuff. But if you like your stuff on the cold side, like I said, you could juice the celery and maybe put the juice in ice cubes, freeze them, and then use that in your smoothie. Or you can juice the ginger, make ice cubes, use that in your smoothie. Or if you're using frozen berries or frozen mango, frozen peaches, that will make it cold. Or even using frozen bananas. Cheers. So this made, let's see, this glass is 18 ounces and I still have 8. Oops. I still have 8 ounces, so that is what, 26 ounces that it made, which is, not much smoothie in my world. It may be for you, so you just regulate. I would probably add a little more water next time, if I do this next time, to just bake more. But if I don't need more and this is good, this is good. Okay, so for the snacks. Now, for kids, this is a great smoothie you can try with your kids. In their lunch pail, there's a raw detox program that I will invite you to shortly. That will have a variety of wraps that you can try to eat with your child, and these cool little snacks. So they're called sea snacks. It's basically seaweed that's been dehydrated into these little sheets. And they're raw, so it's just the moisture has been pulled out of them. And seaweed tends to be salty anyway, because it's from the sea, right? And so there's minerals and stuff. It's rich in iodine, which is great for the thyroid. Kind of eat it like a chip. And it's really good. It's very fishy tasting. You can eat it by itself as a snack. You can add it to a wrap. You can check this out in your local health food store. I'm trying to think what I can say it tastes like. I don't know. It tastes like fish, but the texture is not like fish. The texture is like a crispy, edible plastic, but it's seaweed. So that's something to try. This is the original. And they have different flavors. This one's the chipotle. And it lasts this long basically because, so if you're watching this video in the future, in the far, far future, it is now, September 3rd, 2017? And this says it's good till June 21st, 2018, which is 9 months from now. But it lasts this long basically because all the moisture has been sucked out. It's been dehydrated. The ingredients in here is just organic seaweed, organic extra virgin olive oil, sea salt, and ground chipotle. And this one is the same ingredients without the chipotle. So very clean ingredients that you can buy. Just to show you guys, really quickly before we jump off, some other options are these raw wraps. So like if you have a dehydrator and you have the money to buy a whole bunch of stuff and you have the time to make it, then that's great. If not, you can buy these wraps that are raw vegan wraps. This one's coconut, and this one is made from zucchini, apple, flax seeds, coconut, turmeric, onion, jalapeno, cayenne pepper, and black salt. It's the spicy. They have one made with, what is it made with? Spirulina, which is also a seed. So they have different kinds, different flavors. You can definitely get this at a Whole Foods. You can get this online at vitacost.com and make wraps with these. They're completely raw, nutrient dense, they're dehydrated. That's why, they can last. And this stuff is kind of costly though. One of these is $9 and change. The other one is $12 and change. But I get 2 bunches of collard greens for $4. So I make wraps with that all the time. So definitely click on the link in here, 5 healthy foods for kids, for children, and get the recipes, get the resources, get the tools, learn how to make carrot taste like bacon, okay? There's a lot of fun things you can do in the kitchen, and do it with your child. Educate them while you're doing it so they understand why this is important for them to be doing, and how it doesn't have to be deprivation. It can be fun, it can taste good, and you can be creative and try different things and enjoy it. So yeah, I hope you guys have a blessed Sunday. and I'll see you next time. Okay, take care.